I feel like you have a story. I feel like you have a story about being held captive. This could be something that you do not talk about. This could be something that you've previously only alluded to. This could be something that you've hinted at. This could be something that you only talk to. This is going to sound crazy, but this could be something that you only talk to inanimate objects about. So you could have, or pets. You could have, you could like have friends in like stuffed animals, teddy bears, dolls, puppets, pets. I feel like you have a relationship with someone or something that is bordering on inappropriate. There's something about this relationship that you have with someone that it's like it could be like a mutual secret. It's the kind of thing where it's mutually assured destruction. Like if other people know about this, it'll mess both of us up. So that's why there's this incentive not to talk about whatever the situation is. This could be something that you've tried to talk about many times, you've tried to discuss many times, and maybe no one's listening, or maybe this thing is playing out right in front of people's faces and they don't see it. People see it and they don't understand what they're looking at. You could be kind of in a the word entanglement just came to me, and I'm not talking about like, maybe it's not even sexual, but there is some sort of way where your energy is intertwined or tangled up with someone else's energy. And I feel like this person who, or you, someone is mentally unstable here. Someone has repetitious thoughts, compulsive thoughts, compulsive thinking, compulsive habits. And you could be very intertwined with this person, or someone could be very intertwined with you, but then when they see the way that you think, or when you see the way that someone else thinks or repeats themselves or does this compulsive thing, which I did, there's so many swords here, I do feel like this is overthinking. It's obsessive. Somebody could be obsessed with you, or they could be obsessed with doing the same thing with you, or they could be obsessed with being in this same dynamic with you, but there's like just this stuck energy, stuck, obsessive. I also feel like this person could be older than you, so this person could have some sort of power over you. This could be a father figure, an uncle, a judge, a principal, a teacher, a doctor. There's a way where someone like controls your movements, they control your habits, your behaviors. This could be somebody who's just in your head in some sort of way, and maybe they're setting or providing a poor example. This is not something that somebody has like forced you to do. It's just like someone has maybe like led you down a wrong path. There's something where you feel like a willing participant in this. So that could make it really difficult for you to free yourself, because there's a way where you definitely feel like this is the both of you. Like you don't, you're, it's very difficult for you to see that someone maybe is doing this to you, or that this is someone else's responsibility. Someone has found a way to make you feel responsible for them, codependent with them. And you could feel like no matter what you do, you can't help this person. You can't fix this. You can't figure this out. You can't help this person. And it's kind of like no matter what you do, this person will come find you. They will overpower you. There's a not looking at this element too. Like somebody could want you to not really pay attention to what they're doing, but like you know that they're doing it. You know that this is happening. But somebody like wants you to look away. They don't want you to look closely. There's no confrontation here. There's no turning around and facing what is really going on, but something is very much going on and happening. I feel like you don't like the way that this feels inside. You don't like this. You don't enjoy this. This could be making you listless. This could be making you sleepless, or feel like your thoughts are going in circles, or feel like it's difficult to focus, or you could be hyper fixated on other things because you're avoiding this thing that's happening that you feel like you're being forced to participate in. This could also have to do with family. Like these people could be, or this whoever this person is, they could be very close to you. This person could be very they could be in a position of respect or authority, to where somebody would say like, well, they couldn't possibly be doing that. It's like beyond reproach or something like that. But I feel like at this point, something or someone, it's like holding you back. It's like it's making it very difficult for you to move forward. I'm seeing that there's going to be an opportunity that's going to come to kind of get you out of this rut. This opportunity is going to be very different from anything that this could be an opportunity to travel. This could be an opportunity to kind of take you away from this person, place, or thing. You could feel very guilty for taking this opportunity. And I feel like it just comes out of nowhere. Like, I'll give an example. Say if there's a young girl who is being dealt with inappropriately by a family member in the home. And this girl doesn't tell anybody in the home, and this family member doesn't necessarily, like, say it's not like, say the assault is not like this family member is touching the girl. Maybe they're just doing inappropriate things in front of the girl, or maybe they do inappropriate things when they know that the girl is home and they know that the girl watches, but no one speaks of this, no one has spoken of this, whatever. It's just like a icky, weird sort of dynamic, right? And say that like one day when the older person who's participating in this dynamic, maybe they go to work, and so finally this girl she's left home alone, right? Maybe while she's home alone, someone knocks on the door and offers her an opportunity to travel. It's like I know that's like such a silly example, but there's some sort of opportunity that comes in as like while there's a lull in this other thing that's very sticky and gross, or there's a break in it or something. I feel like something that happens to where someone gets the attention that they need, they allow themselves to be seen. They could have like a moment of weakness, like a little slip up, to where they actually speak up about this thing that's been going on. You or someone else is going to get an opportunity to get out of this shit. Somebody's going to get an opportunity to make some money, to get a job, to travel, to express themselves, to save. There's just this like this very spontaneous thing that happens, or this moment that occurs, to where there's a break in this. I mean, I want to call it abuse. There's like a break in this. And it allows somebody to be able to reflect and like move forward. This could be somebody who just like asked somebody for advice. There could be someone who like really admires the victim in the situation and doesn't even, they don't know anything that's going on. They just think, oh, this person is very beautiful, they have no problems, they have lots of free time. But there's something about this conversation that arises to where somebody feels like they can finally, for the first time in a long time, maybe if ever, really focus on themselves and what they need. And it's like a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air that somebody can finally consider their own needs for once, and they don't have to consider the needs of the group and everybody else. Because there's something about keeping quiet about this dynamic or participating in this dynamic that I feel like this person feels pressured to do. And there's something about stepping out of this comfort zone, stepping out of that dynamic, stepping out of that household, stepping out of that friend group, stepping out of this relationship just for a moment, just for a day, just for a second, that really opens someone's eyes to the way that they want to be, the way that they could be. It's like somebody gets somebody gets a fresh perspective. There's some sort of way that things could be. There's some sort of dynamic that could happen to where someone has never ever considered that things could be like that before. They're like, wait, it could be like this. I don't have to feel gross and disgusting and ashamed and afraid and used and abused and silenced and like all these things. Because somebody has been taught that things have to be a particular way, that they have to make themselves available for this gross, lecherous energy. Like that's whatever this gross, lecherous energy is. I feel like it's just been like the law of someone's land. But it's it's like an unspoken law. It's like an unspoken rule that you have to suffer. You have to deal with this. You have to let me. And I don't know what the thing is that you have to let someone do, but that's been the rule. Someone gets this inkling that they can consider themselves, that maybe it doesn't have to be that way, that maybe I can be different. So there's something about the way that someone's eyes to get open to where it's like it doesn't, this momentary flash of insight or opportunity for a connection with something different or someone different, or the ability to see that things could be different, that in itself does not automatically fix a situation. But what I do see happening is that someone's someone's eyes are being opened to the ultimate manipulation that has been ruling them and suppressing them and guiding them forever. Someone finally gets their power back. They finally see like how everything around them has been manipulating them from a very young age. And they see that somebody has maybe been manipulating them through providing for them, through gifts, through calling it love, through calling it stability. But really what it is control. It's control. It's you stay here, you do what I say, and you feel grateful. And someone is getting out of that. Someone is taking their power back. And I feel like this almost didn't happen. That's the thing. Like this reading is a very traditional story, right? It's like someone is stuck, then they become inspired and realize that things can be different, and then they get unstuck. And it's like, yeah, we hear stories like that every day. But I think the shocking part of this is that this almost didn't happen. This is something that happens by happenstance. It's something that happens by chance. This conversation almost didn't happen. This inspiration almost didn't happen. So there is a feeling here, feeling like very special, very blessed, very loved, very cared for, and a realization that even beyond all this manipulation, there was still some benevolent force that carried you, that loved you, that wanted to free you of this. Because it's giving being freed of a prison that you didn't even know you were in. And it's one thing if you're in a prison and you work really hard to get out of it, but for someone to come free you, for someone to come enlighten you that you're even in the prison and then free you from it, means that someone loves you and cares about you and has witnessed you and watched you and has just been waiting for this opportunity to get in there and tell you what you need to know to set you free. This situation feels very dramatic. Everything that I'm saying feels like very dramatic and like epic and like life or death and this sweeping narrative. But all of that exists inside of this very mundane circumstance, or this very mundane thing that happens that kind of like sets forth this unstoppable chain of motion that leads to such huge and amazing things for you and in your life. And it almost didn't happen. I feel like you have always wanted to be maybe set free from something, or wanted to, maybe you didn't even think getting free from this thing was even possible. But it's the additional blessing is that no one set you free. You're going to be able to set yourself free. It's like someone gives you the key thing you need to know, the key information, the key perspective that just unlocks something. It's like some sort of scales fall from your eyes. Your eyes are opened to your own power and ability, and you become unstoppable. Someone could have told you that all of this was for your own good. Whatever it is that you're getting free from, this unspoken shell that has been encasing you all this time, someone may tell you that this was up for your own good. And this reading is saying, don't listen to them. Don't let that stop you. That might be the final boss, of someone making you doubt your own power and saying, it's not safe out there. Everything I did to keep you in here and to keep you stuck and to keep you stagnant and to keep you ashamed of yourself, it was for your own good. And that's not the truth. So you have to get away from people who talk to you like that. And I feel like that's what's so amazing about this thing that happens, is like someone finally talks to you in a way that feels true and right and good for you, good for your mind, good for your progress, good for your independence. Someone gives you the power to be free. I don't even know how else to say it. Someone tries to tell you that this cage, this desert island of nothing but their influence, they try to tell you that that's good for you. And you finally see that they're a fucking liar. They didn't do it for your own good. They did it for their own good, for their own pleasure and satisfaction. It's like someone gives you back to yourself. They give you the you that you didn't even know that you could be. And then they don't even try to take credit for it. And they leave. They say that was for you. Well, this is a beautiful reading. I'm going to leave it there. If you listen this far, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And leave a comment for the algorithm. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.